It's another Victory Monday for the Bears. I don't know why I just did the 6-7 thing.
Santo! Santo!
That's the only open you need. Show starts right now. CHGO Bears.
It indeed is a Bears Victory Monday. Oh, can you believe it? 7-3. The only guy who knew that was going to happen. His name's Adam Hoge. We'll salute him all show long. The CHGO Bears Podcast is brought to you proudly by our friends at Bet365. It is never ordinary at Bet365. Download the app. Use the code CHGO365. Do it right now if you haven't done it. Get yourself $200 in free bonus bets when you bet $5 after you deposit $10. That's right. 7-3. Adam Hoge, Lance Briggs, the Bears.
Well done.
In first place, as we all predicted when the season started, especially at 0-2. Everyone on this show said that they'd win 7 of 8 and be right there. Okay, nobody said that except
yeah, right. There we go.
Hoge, you did it. What did you have them? 8-3 to start the season.
You
were that guy.
I did have them. Now, okay. So there's a caveat to that. The good news is I did before the season starts say they would start 8-3. Unfortunately, I also said that they would finish 2-4 after that. But a lot of that was based on the schedule, right? The schedule's about to get harder.
Yep.
And I haven't gotten every game right. I did have them beating the Lions in week 2, which was a horrendous pick. And then I had them losing to Cincinnati. Obviously, that was because we thought Joe Burrow would be playing, and things looked different by the time we got to that game. So we'll see how it all plays out. But, yeah, I think in general, Briggs, like the Bears are – making progress.
Yeah. The Bears are not who they thought.
I think the better way to say it is we hope they'd be at least 7-3 at this point right now as a whole. I think we were hoping that.
Yeah, we were hoping.
I definitely was not hoping that. I was.
You were hoping undefeated?
I was. Oh no, I was hoping for 500, 6-4, 7-3. They were 0-2. I was worried they were going to be 0-4 into the bye and the season would be over.
We're talking before the first game, Carm.
Okay. You know what? I'm glad you're bringing this up, Carm, because I saw a post from, I think it might have been Front Office Sports, like a reputable media company, whatever, this morning that was like, the Bears rebuild is way ahead of schedule. And I'm like, what are you talking about? We've been rebuilding for like 7 years.
We've been rebuilding forever.
No, this actually is on schedule to me. I thought that they had a much better roster last year than their 5-12 record suggested. Right. The coaching was a huge problem. They didn't help the rookie quarterback at all. They went in this offseason and they fixed the biggest problem, which was the head coach. They got the best one out there. That should lead to you winning games, even if it doesn't look pretty, but winning more football games. Now, it's about to get harder. They're not going to win every game the rest of the way. But
ability to protect the passer, be able to protect your passer and be able to run, which was our other big downfall was we didn't invest in our offensive line. We finally started investing in the guys that protect everybody else.
Yeah. So on my amazing rewatch today, which Hoge was chastised before for not doing it earlier, but I
started at 12:03.
I was we just had a lot going on, and I had to watch the Lions lose last night. Way to go!
You have had a morning, by the way,
and I've been very active this morning getting things done. But so I'll tell you what's super fun to watch right now with the Bears. They are physical. Cole Kmet catches the ball. He is going to try and truck you. He's giving Colston Loveland catches a pass. He's trying to run you over too.
He runs through.
Huge first down landing. DeAndre Swift all season long. He's trying to truck you too from 5'9", and however, he's ripped with that. I mean, that's a little guy trying to run you over. Kyle Monangai tries to crack the hell out of you. I mean, there is a physicality to this team right now that has been missing in prior years. They are coming downhill and they're hitting you. Noah Sewell on the other side of the ball. Maine, you've been talking about.
That's my man.
I mean,
come on, man.
There is a physicality. The offensive line that you're talking about is at a totally different level. We've seen Theo Bennett drive you into the sidewall. We've seen Darnell Wright at pancake box. They started all the way back in training camp. The physicality is there. Now, the one thing that's missing on my you're still not getting enough pressure from your front four.
We're not getting pressure. We're not getting to the quarterback.
And that's a problem.
It is. That is. We had a J.J. McCarthy, who's really struggled this year. And I'm sure they have to be very patient with his development, but he was able to pat the ball. I mean, early on, he was patting. That's one of the worst signs when it comes to a pass rush, when you have a quarterback, especially a rookie quarterback, that can pat the ball, because that means he got time to think some more. We can't allow that, especially for passers like that.
Yeah, and when you climb up the ladder and start playing the really good teams, if you can't get to the quarterback, you end up playing that good quarterback, he's going to pick you apart. It's just as good as the secondary's been, even without all the injuries and whatnot.
The thing about him patting the ball is he's not even moving. Yeah. He's setting up, and he's just staying right there in the pocket. He's not stepping up in the pocket. He's just staying right there where he sets up, patting the ball, looking for a guy to throw to. That means we're not condensing the pocket. We're not controlling the edges of the pocket. We're not making a move in any way, shape, or form.
Was anyone else watching the Sunday night game last night just second guessing a little bit, like maybe it might have been worth a third-round pick to go get Jalen Phillips?
I had that thought, but my main thought watching last night, as I'm sitting there looking at Dan Campbell with his glasses on and staring down at the play sheet, trying to figure out what's going on, I'm like, Detroit, you missed the guy that's down here. When you look down and you see 7-3 and Ben Johnson and the dude that was running your offense, and then you look up and you see the Bears in the standings, and then I look at them and Dan Campbell sitting there with the whole glasses. I'm like, what play should I call it? Let me go for it to get on fourth down. Oh, that didn't work. Nothing.
I don't.
Nothing. That's the guy that the guy that bites your ankles and that whole scene and everything that Dan Campbell's going, you're not the offensive coordinator on the sideline, dude. That's not your role. That's not what you do. You're looking around. Your guy's down here in Chicago, and you're looking up at him in the stand.
Calm.
Come on. Celebrate it. No.
Calm. What Dan Campbell is doing is building a legendary coaching career, because his tree is growing. The better that Ben Johnson does here in Chicago, the greater the coach that Dan Campbell becomes. Everybody under his tree. And yes, he doesn't get a chance to look up and have the comfort of having been there. There has to be somebody has to step up. Just like we have players that have to step up when somebody's out. We have Jalen Johnson that's out. We have Kyler Gordon that's out. C.J. Gardner's got to step in and play. All right? He has the coaches are gone, and they're going to continue to go as long as they have success in Detroit.
I hear you. Yep. That tree's a little bit weighted here because Aaron Glenn's taking it down and Ben's lifting it up, so it's kind of like it's like a teeter-totter going on right now.
Look at the Bill Belichick tree.
Oh, there's right. Teeter-totter too.
How many of the coaches there returned back to New England?
Sure. Josh McDaniels at top of that.
He's back in New England right now again.
Right, he's back and doing well.
But am I the only one that just looked at Dan Campbell last night with the glass out? They go, that's not the way it's supposed to look up there in Detroit. That's how I would look last year.
I mean, you're the kid that probably always had his two thumbs in his ears going with his tongue out like you had somebody. Yeah. You couldn't help yourself.
Yeah, no, of course. You too. Come on.
No.
A few
Takes
thoughts.
Takes one to know one, Lance.
What is happening? A few things. One is it's weird that Don Burr and Chim and all the
where'd they go?
I don't know where they are this morning.
Take that, Chim.
Two, you're forgetting that Vic Fangio is the defensive coordinator on the other side.
That guy looks normal in his gig.
Jared Goff cannot solve Vic Fangio ever, as we witnessed back in 2018 when the Rams came to Soldier Field. So
Jared Goff's looking for Ben Johnson too. Where is he? Where's my guy?
Yeah, and then third, like I realized you just lost your glasses on the train like 3 hours ago, but you're taking shots at my glasses. Like you've gone.
That's wrong.
There's a lot of people that wear glasses, Carm.
Also,
we're the lucky ones. Okay.
Yeah. No, listen.
But he wears glasses.
I wear glasses.
He just lost them on the train coming down here.
Oh.
So now he's acting like he's a non-glasses person. But in reality, he's just an idiot.
Which, by the way, shout out to my conductor on the Metro today because he's a huge Bears fan, and hopefully he finds my glasses. But he was on some whatever pool yesterday, and if Cairo had missed the last kick, he would have won $200. If he made it, Bears win. He doesn't get the $200. Dude was rooting for him to make it. That's a great Bears fan. That's amazing. Good for you. Yeah.
Can test your loyalty, huh?
Yeah, right.
Money will test your loyalty.
I'd take the W over $200.
$100. 100%.
200,000?
I don't know, man.
You could lose a Week 11 game.
Oh, Lord. Why do that to yourself? Why do that to yourself? As a bettor, like you really love your team.
It was just
called
like
hedging.
It was numbers.
You can't. Oh,
You can't
Lord.
lose that way.
It was just numbers. So I don't think he didn't bet against the Bears.
Let me ask you a question like this. Have you guys, maybe as kids and being the fans of probably all Chicago sports, have there ever been a championship or something that happened that you cried as a kid or you cried at any point during your life?
Like positive or negative?
Like a Chicago sports team lost.
Actual tears?
Actual tears.
So I've told this story before. It's the only time I believe it ever happened. When Northwestern lost the Rose Bowl
That was
to
a tough
USC and Keyshawn Johnson. 9-year-old Adam Hoge just got totally sucked into that Rose Bowl.
Right.
Thing. I still love the Rose Bowl to this day. But it was like, we didn't really have a team in Chicago. We didn't even have a college football team in Chicago really to like latch onto. It's such a melting pot of teams, and Northwestern's finally good. I'm 9 years old. I'm all the way in. And they lost that. There was a terrible fumble call that the referee screwed up. There was no replay back in that day. Yeah, I was crying. That's the only one I can remember, though.
I think I've cried twice. But it's not what you're looking for because I think they were tears of joy when Jordan hit the shot against Cleveland in Game 5. I ran around my house. I literally think tears were streaming down my face. I was screaming so loud on that one. And in 92 at home at the stadium, Game 6 Portland, I was standing up on both seats. I might start crying now. Now, 11-year-old Carm the Cubs. I don't think I went to school for a week. Also, when Jordan retired, I didn't go to school for 3 days at the University of Iowa. I sat on my couch and couldn't move. Literally couldn't move. That's
the stuff that I think gives a conflict to some of this era and the betting and betting against your own team. Like there's a ton of teams you can bet on and bet against, and I know that the favorite, like what the favorites are and why you should do it against your team, but those tiers, man, they live with me. They've lived with me for life. And on my teams and growing up.
What game?
Okay, I can tell you right now. I can tell you right now. The teams that I hate the most in sports, the LA Dodgers, the Lakers. Okay, I grew up in Sacramento. Okay, so I was an Oakland A's fan growing up. So Kirk Gibson hitting that home run.
Oh God!
Oh yeah.
Right. Everybody remembers that. Okay. And with the count, Dennis Eckersley, everything. Like soon as that sucker went up, tears just flowed down. Man, it was over for me. And ever since then, I've felt a certain type of way about the Dodgers. And obviously, I'm a Kings fan. So that Game 7 going into the championship, that the referee cheated on.
I still remember that.
Okay.
The worst.
Right?
The worst.
And so that was another one where, tears started flowing. And I was just pissed, like, why am I a Kings fan? It's every year.
You were an NFL player at that point.
I was not an NFL player. I was, No. It was at the end of the 90s.
You're right.
It was the end of the 90s, yeah. They went to the championship. Because they kept going back to that championship game.
That's my bad.
But yeah. So
you know, you guys, they gave it to you bad on that one. That was unfortunate.
All right.
Yeah, no, it's good. This is a good start to the show. It's 7-3. Maybe we'll end up getting some tears of bear joy at the end of the season.
Bear joy.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, and look, Hoge, you want to revamp what your well, why don't we do that in a second here? But maybe you want to revamp what your record would be for the rest of the schedule.
Let's do that after the break. Let's go through the remaining games and see what we all think for these last 7.
Oh boy.
Okay, but
All
first.
Whatever the sport, but especially football, the app to bet is Circa Sports Illinois. Circa Sports betting the way it should be. Carm, do you know Bears are 55-1 to win the Super Bowl right now?
So I like that. Make a play. Let's go. 2.5-point favorites over the Steelers.
Lions are like 11-1. What is this? Did they ever see the standings?
Detroit's schedule is a lot easier than the Bears, and I think they had a better year last year than the Bears.
Oh, that was last year. The time is now. Bears are in first place. Circa Sports Illinois has high betting limits, low holds, exceptional customer service. Bet on all your favorite teams in every game this season. Spreads, props, futures, in-game. Circa Sports has it. Fun and bet like a pro from anywhere, anytime in Illinois. You can download your new bookie today at circasports.com. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
And a shout out to our friends at 4 Seasons Plumbing Emergency.
4 Seasons.
Electrical Emergency.
4 Seasons.
Need a new hot water tank installed today?
4 Seasons.
Did I say today? Yes, I did. Now is the time to schedule your 4 Seasons furnace tune-up. Look, winter's here. Get involved. At 4 Seasons, they guarantee same-day installation for all your heating, cooling, plumbing, electrical, and generator needs with no extra cost. No extra cost for nights, for weekends, holidays. It's Thanksgiving. 4 Seasons is on the way. That's what they do. You can save up to $4,000 on furnace and comfort systems with 4 Seasons heating, air conditioning, plumbing, and electric. Furnaces start at $39 a month. Furnace AC combos, $57 a month. Your trusted local experts are 4 Seasons Heating, Air Conditioning, Plumbing, and Electric. Visit 4seasonsheatingcooling.com for all their special offers and money-saving coupons. That is 4seasonsheatingcooling.com. Don't lose the football. Call 4 Seasons. All right, so let's take a peek at the schedule, which I'm sure a lot of Bears fans have done today. And I think that basically everyone, if you were predicting the schedule, would do it this way. Let's see if Hoge does it any different. I would think people would say the Bears are going to beat the Steelers. That's a win. Lose to the Eagles. Lose on the road to the Packers. Beat the Browns. Beat the Packers at home. Lose on the road to the Niners. Beat the Lions, which gives you 4 more wins, and you finish the year at 11-6. I think that's how most people would grade the schedule out right now. Are you varying from that at all?
So that's exactly how I had it at the start of the season when I had them starting 8-3 and then losing 4 out of their last 6. Those were the 4 losses I had. That being said, like now that we're here, I think that I don't think the Bears are going to be out of it in any of these games. I really don't. I think a lot of them are going to be exactly what we've seen this season is close games, and I think the fact that they've learned how to win a lot of these games will carry over. So if I had to call it right now, I do think they lose in Philly. Bad things always happen in Philly. And I think Vic Fangio, the way that defense is playing right now, is tough. They that Eagles defense right now is probably the best unit in the NFC right now.
Great.
You know, if we're taking like all the offensive and defensive units.
Great.
Splitting against the Packers, I don't think it's off the table. They sweep them though.
Correct.
Nothing's off the table. I think the only games on to me, the only games on there that are not a coin flip, they're going to be an underdog to Philly. They're going to be underdog to San Francisco.
I think they beat Niners.
You think
they could beat the Niners, but they could. Listen, Philadelphia. The defense looked incredible last night, but that offense is falling apart. AJ Brown's going crazy. They still look probably like the best team in the NFC to me, but I wouldn't say the Bears have no chance.
Here's the thing that we're thinking about with the Bears and their chances against these teams. We're talking about a team that our quarterback doesn't complete 50%, and we don't have 3 misses from our quarterback. We don't have 6 drops from our receivers, our wideouts. We're talking about, him completing at least 70%, and we reduce those drops from our wideouts from 6 to 1, maybe 2 at most. Those are the things that we have to have. We're talking about a defense that can get to the pass rusher, or to get to the quarterback, get to the quarterback that we're stopping the run. All right, we did a good job stopping the pass this past game, but there are things that have to come into play that we haven't been so consistent with leading up to now, that we have to be effective in order to produce against those games.
Do we all agree that this year the Bears are never going to be a team that can actually get to the quarterback consistently? Like that's going to be priority number 1 for Ryan Poles in the offseason. Can you see any scenario that Dennis Allen finds some, because the guys coming back, if they come back, Kyler, Jalen, it ain't happening. That's not going to help your pass rush. I mean, maybe a little, but not to the level that they need.
Well, I think it can a little bit, but to answer your question, yeah, like they're not going to have a dominant defensive line getting after. That I would agree is like the one like sort of constant deficiency that they're going to have the rest of the season, no matter who comes back defensively. But I do think having Kyler, having Jalen,
it's going to help, of course.
Having CJ Gardner-Johnson still at your disposal, which is not something you had back in training camp when you were trying to put this whole thing together, is going to give Dennis Allen more pieces to manufacture pressure, to come up with simulated pressures to help solve the problem, which would still make the defense overall its strongest theoretically in crunch time, when it matters most, in December and January.
Taking the ball away as well. Taking the ball away is something that we've done consistently, and that's something that's going to have to show up in order for us to be successful.
No doubt, and that's also highly unpredictable. But hey, Kevin Byard had a plan yesterday, and he was going to go pick J.J. McCarthy, and he went out and executed it. Nahshon Wright, to me, that was the play of the game, just from the emotional standpoint of him honoring his former coach who was tragically killed, and also just the degree of difficulty on that play. But
see, that's why it's not random. I mean, there is definitely some turnover luck involved, but this guy over here played on how many defenses where it was part of their identity?
Sure, yep.
I think in week 11 through 10 games, we can say that the team that leads the league in takeaways, leads the league in interceptions, top 3 guys in the NFL in interceptions all play for the Chicago Bears.
Yep.
And, oh, by the way, their 2 best defensive backs and the highest paid defensive backs have barely played this season.
So, Carman, that's a great point, man. Like we say, you can't depend on that each week.
You can't depend on the commander's fumble, but you can't. But the secondary side,
you can't depend on a turnover. But what you can depend on are takeaways. If your team knows how to play this thing right, it's rush and cover. It's rush and cover, and you do your techniques correctly. You know how to read the quarterback. You know how to read your receiver. You know your techniques. You know how to put yourself in position, in which they've been doing, putting themselves in position. Kevin Byard puts himself in position just about each week. The week that he hasn't had a pick, he dropped him. He dropped one. We had an opportunity to catch one.
Well, Ray Scarpelli, our guy over at Ray Chevy, who we'll talk about in a little bit here, he was saying, who are the Bears Pro Bowlers? I think the only lock right now is Kevin Byard. The guy's had an unbelievable year.
Tremaine Edmonds.
And I put Maine in there.
Tremaine Edmonds. What are we doing? Everybody disregards linebackers, man. Give us a little bit of love.
A lot of linebackers out there. I don't know if you get.
How many linebackers are second in the league in interceptions right now?
Well, that's fair. But that's not really the stat
Talk to
you're
me,
looking
Goose.
for with the LB. But okay, that's fine. Mm-hmm. Hey, here's a question for you, Lance Hoge. Mm-hmm. This week, if Nahshon Wright or whoever, C.J. Gardner-Johnson, Jaquan Brisker, name a Bears corner, Tyreek Stevenson, if they were to get an interception, would you rather it came against Aaron Rodgers, or would you rather the Bears be going up against Mason Rudolph?
I don't give 2 shits. I want us to take the ball away. I don't care. Who cares who the quarterback is if our defense is taking the ball away?
Don't you want to be?
I don't even care which defender gets it. Let it be a defensive lineman. It could be anybody. As long as we're taking the ball away, that works to our favor.
But would you rather they pick off Aaron?
Let me rephrase the question. Carm wants to know, as a former player, if you were playing in this game this week, would you want to face Aaron Rodgers or not?
I want the Bears to beat the best. So, yes, I want Aaron to play. I want whoever we play, I want us to beat their best. I don't want there to be an excuse, because this guy was hurt or that guy was hurt. I want us to go out, play the best, and beat the best. That way you know where you stand, and there's no excuse from the other team. However, if it's from Mason Rudolph, as long as we're taking the ball away and it's helping us win the game, that's what matters most.
Yeah, of course. But I was just saying that it's a little sweeter when you pick off Aaron. That's a little sweeter.
Sounds a lot better.
Doesn't it?
Yes.
Actually,
yes.
That reminds me, I have a PSA I need to give out to all Bears fans. I was thinking about this in the car because I don't know if you guys watched any of Jordan Love yesterday. Jordan Love's still doing that Aaron Rodgers thing. The lean back? When he has, his shoulders are, basically pointed to the sky, and he just launches it up like these. I mean, the Packers have to lead the league in prayer balls that have been answered over the last 15 years.
They're tight end.
It's unbelievable. He did 2 of these yesterday. The touchdown to Christian Watson was in triple coverage, where he just I'm going to throw this up over there, and credit the receivers. They usually come down to it, come down with the ball. My point is, though, Rodgers is still doing this, and Love's doing this. You got 3 games against these guys, assuming Rodgers plays on Sunday. So get used to it, Bears fans. It makes me want to puke, but they keep doing it.
Yeah, true, and let's also live in the barely survive the Giants. They didn't exactly dominate yesterday. So sort of the point of playing Green Bay twice, you just said it a second ago.
I'm just talking about being haunted by these prayer balls.
I understand. I got it. I'm trying to move you on from that. I'm looking forward to the 2 games this year with Green Bay.
Oh, I am looking forward to them, very much so. I think they're going to be great.
Yeah. So you want Aaron to play on Sunday? Is that what you're saying?
I do.
We all want Aaron.
I do.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah. Okay. Bring him on.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you. I want him to play too. I want to finally get this monkey off our back. I want to say, we finally beat Aaron Rodgers and let him not sail off into the sunset, but whatever the negative side of that would be.
Well, we'll look at it like this. So if he plays and they win, the Steelers win. So then Aaron Rodgers goes off and is like, well, I told you, I owned you.
Right.
Well, but if he doesn't play, he still owned you. You never got that opportunity to shut the door. So I'd rather have that opportunity.
I want it in our hands.
And also, the Bears did lose to Tyler Huntley this year. So if anybody's going to walk into this game and be like, oh, they're definitely going to beat Mason Rudolph, that would be
That's
idiotic.
not it. Yeah, that's not it.
Yeah.
How many injuries do you want for this game, Carm?
Hey, listen. I mean, the long game is we're not going to look back at and this nitpick. They win 11 games during the playoffs, and they might have lost to Aaron but they beat Mason. No one's going to do that, at least I don't think. And if they do, who cares? I won't be doing that. But listen, to what you're teeing up, the integrity of the whole thing. Beat the best. Let's go.
Beat the Bragg.
Braggs is in the comments saying he doesn't want Aaron Rodgers to play.
Okay. So. Some people are afraid of their own shadow, and and then
Can I give you an injury that actually really? I mean, not that this doesn't matter. It does, but did you guys see Lane Johnson's going to be out 4 to 6 weeks?
That matters.
Best left tackle in the league.
Yeah. Came back and played too.
Yeah. I mean.
That's a break for the Bears. Look, a lot of things have been lining up.
No, he doesn't play defense on that defense, but
does not.
I was having the conversation with myself on my outstanding Metro ride where I left my glasses on the Metro. Shout out my conductor. I hope you find those and find me again. Look, first of all, this season already to me is we're getting close to gravy here. You're 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 wins in year 1 of Ben Johnson with year 2 of Caleb. That's how they do if they make the playoffs. Either way, that season is a success. But what I don't want this to be is the 2018 Bears, where you have this one miracle year where you rise up and then all of a sudden it goes away. Versus, say, if we're gonna get the old hats in, like the 1984 Bears, who got in the playoffs, didn't have their quarterback, but you could just see it was coming. So I still don't think that we can really say with this team that you see that it's coming. Like, I think the offense has to be more consistent. I think the defense has to get to the quarterback better. So there's a lot to accomplish in the rest of the year to really lay the foundation. Does that seem fair?
I have no arguments on that one.
Okay, all right.
But to your point, Carman, like, I think if we try to like, we're having a fan conversation right now, obviously. But, like, if you're looking at this like Ben Johnson or these players, I mean, you are onto something in the sense of, like, if I'm Dennis Allen, I'm talking about what we were just talking about, the pieces I can still get back. How can I improve this pass rush? How can we be more consistently? How can we shut the door in the fourth quarter where even if the offense hasn't helped us much and we've punted 6 times, it's still my job to get the stop and not let J.J. McCarthy, who's been god-awful all day, march right down the field and score, right? Like, so there's still those improvements. Offensively, it's that consistency. How do we put these teams away in the third quarter when we seemingly have these sometimes 10-point leads and we can't just put them away consistently?
How can we get more help from our special teams?
Yes.
You know, how can we have more punts like the big return by Duvernay happen earlier in the game or throughout the game?
Yeah, Kevin Byard was talking about that after the game, and as well as celebrating the win at the same time. You can see on screen right now, becoming a diehard is a great choice. You want to support the show. JAHNS, Adam Johns. That code gets you a $36 entry offer, which is amazing.
Johns has a big story coming out on the offensive line on Wednesday morning, by the way. I would also like to issue
Hoge on the know on the Johns pieces. I don't get that type of information.
Well, because I work with him on it.
Why can't you just tell me where I work on this cool thing? Carmen, you should be excited about it. Wednesday morning. Get
That's
up.
a good point.
Get early.
Yeah, Wednesday morning. Set an alarm right
okay.
now.
I don't need
Become a diehard and whatnot.
And
get
whatnot.
it. Code Johns. I do want to issue a public apology to Gary Ross. I apologize if I said Lane Johnson was a left tackle instead of a right tackle. I must have misspoke. I'm sorry I ruined your day, Gary.
Gary, he apologizes, and we'll be sending you a handwritten note to go deep, the 5 things that you apologize to Gary at for all his support over the now 5 years you've been doing the show, roughly?
No, CHGO is not 5 years old yet.
But we're getting close.
Nope.
6 months ago?
We will be 4 years old in March.
4 years old in March.
Yep.
Yeah.
But this is my 4th season.
Yeah, still in diapers.
Still in diapers. Okay. Well, now we're out of diapers.
I mean, it depends.
And a great
Depends
point
on discipline.
Yeah, there's a great point by Greg, too, in the comments, says, we don't tell you about anything because you're useless.
That's my guy. He's such a sweetie. All right, let's get to Briggs' grades. We'll get an accurate take of where we're at right now. The professor is in session. We'll do that next, but first. Hey, basketball, hockey season is here, and you want to get your game a little bit better during the season or before the season for baseball? Check out our friends at Eye on the Ball. I'm talking to you, the young athlete, the parent, the uncle, the cousin who wants to help out the young athlete. Here's the deal. There are coaches right out there at Eye on the Ball that'll take your son, your daughter, whoever, to the next level. It's super easy to find. Go to eyeontheball.net. Doesn't matter, by the way, if you're just starting out or if you're just trying to get to that next level, leveling up. They got you covered at eyeontheball.net. You create your profile, you go in and search through coaches in your sport, and you will connect with someone that is right for you. Don't wait. Do it now. It's competitive out there. Jump on and go to eyeontheball.net. That's eyeontheball.net. Find your coach. Take your game to the next level.
And coaches, you should be using that, too, to find the athletes.
Yes.
That you're looking for. Eyeontheball.net. It's for athletes and coaches, and it might be sunny on your way over there when you're coaching, and you need your sunglasses.
That's true.
And since we've started here at CHGO, you know the place to go to get your shady rays, because you know that moment, the one where you left your sunglasses on the train this morning.
Regular glasses, and you can't see today, but yes,
but
same principle. I wish they were Shady Rays regular glasses.
There should be a Shady Rays for regular glasses, but fortunately there's Shady Rays for sunglasses. So if they were your sunglasses, you would just Reach out to Shady Rays right now. Get a brand new pair.
Yeah, and this thing's going to cost me $400. Sweet.
Not with Shady Rays.
Not with Shady Rays.
If you lose or break them, even on day one, Shady Rays will send you a brand new pair. No guilt trip, Carm. Like you're giving yourself right now. Just replacements. We've teamed up with Shady Rays to bring an exclusive offer. Go to shadyrays.com. Use code CHGO. 35% off polarized sunglasses with code CHGO. Try it for yourself. The shades rated 5 stars by over 300,000 people, including Luke Stuckmeyer.
Luke. All right. 7-3. Professor?
It's time?
It's time. Let's get into it.
Let's get to it.
Here we go. How do we grade out after the Week 11 win?
Professor is back. I would put no B+. There's no way. That is the lowest grade I've given this year. Fellas, just so this is for all the guys that don't lose their glasses, when we really need them.
Yeah.
Let's start this thing off right. Offense, I gave offense a C++. The thing that was holding the offense back, and I'm okay with the offense not getting over 200 yards passing if we're getting 140 yards rushing. But to me, I counted about 10 missed opportunities between misses from Caleb and drops from our receivers. The game, to me, in my opinion, shouldn't even been this close. Shouldn't have been this close. And I think those were the things that held us back. And I think when we get down this stretch, those are the things that we're going to need in order for us to even have a chance at the end of the games to win those games. So, obviously we also allowed 2 sacks, 6 penalties. But outside of that, it was a pretty good day for the offense, or decent day.
I try to dial into the professor before I do my Carm grades, which you can find at ALLCITY.com and become a diehard and whatnot. You get to read those grades. It felt like, for me, like a C's get degrees type of day. Like, yeah. You passed. You got through. But I thought the O-line in the running game was great. Cole Kmet, the tight ends
look good.
Tight ends had a great day.
Yeah.
Receivers not so much. Luther Burden probably had the best day of any of the wide receivers yesterday.
He had a drop.
And he had a drop. So, and then I don't know, how you would grade the quarterback out. Hoge, you haven't done your full dive there, but I don't know how you.
No, but I did get through the first quarter, and those missed deep balls were even more annoying than they were live. I mean, we gotta get some of those, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They're schemed up. They're open. The one that DJ Moore, especially. I mean,
the DJ Moore one's bad.
He's open the whole time. I realize there's a little bit of pressure coming from his left side from Durham Smythe, he's basically getting walked back in the quarterback. But it's not like Caleb got hit or anything. Mm-hmm. Ball's got to be out. It's got to be more accurate.
Yeah.
Most promising thing though, I think, was blocking. We talked about how physical they were, and I watching Cole Kmet, just obliterate a guy and kind of look down at him, and I could tell by the mannerisms what he was thinking. I like that kind of stuff. So that part is promising, because down the stretch, that's the thing. Those are the things that are going to allow us to get the ball to our playmakers, for our running backs to get down the field, get downhill, and extend plays. So I really like that part.
That's my question. Does Aaron Rodgers watch tape? Like, has he heard of Cole Kmet?
You ain't gonna watch that one much,
because that was just not a very good business decision to throw yourself into that man.
Well, you're right, but this in this game, this is why football players are certifiably crazy, because you know the risks of throwing your body into this big tight end who's probably 30, 40 pounds heavier than you are, but you're gonna do it anyway. You're gonna do it anyway. All right. Defense. I gave defense a B-. All right. When you hold a team to total yards 265, that's decent. 150 yards passing is incredible. That's very good. 115 yards rushing. You got to do better. You're about 16 yards too many for my taste. 311 on third down. Bears were very good. That's under 30%. You always want to be under 30%. That's your goal. And 2 interceptions. But still, we still are unable to get to the quarterback. That's going to come up in these later games, and that I'm very concerned with.
You said B minus or A minus?
B minus.
B minus. Okay. Okay.
We're at that time of the year.
So where are you at on Noah Sewell?
I like Noah Sewell. I don't. Yeah. I think he fills in well. I think he does some things well. I think he does some things not as well. When I see him play, I see the reason why. I see some of the reasons why he probably wasn't graded as high as some of the other linebackers. When I look at let's say Jack Sanborn. Jack Sanborn was all over the place. When I grade between the two of them, I grade Jack just a little bit higher.
But if I remember right, wasn't the touchdown that Aaron Jones scored in Week 1 on basically
very similar type
route,
of
right?
Yeah.
Noah Sewell was in coverage, I believe, if I'm thinking about that right.
And it was an incomplete pass.
And this time around, they tried to do it to the other side.
Yeah.
He was in coverage
very
again.
Similar play. He's in coverage, and it was great coverage.
Yes.
So
that's
why improvement.
Yeah. That's why I brought it up, at least the Noah part, because I haven't watched the game where I'd watch him every single play to really get a full grasp on a guy. Mm-hmm. But his coverage yesterday was very good. He was coming up and being physical. But some people who I text with, they're not big Sewell fans. I'm like, I don't know, he looks pretty damn good to me.
But we got to keep expectations in check a little bit. He's playing a bigger role than he's supposed to be.
That's true.
He's a 4th-round pick who had an incredible offseason to get to the point where he could win the Sam linebacker job when we didn't even think he was going to make the team.
Right.
Okay, and now with TJ missing as much time as he's missed, he's been in there, having to play a pretty big role in the middle of that defense. So I think for what he's being asked to do, he's having more than a good year. Similar to Nashawn Wright, stepping in. You're not going to any year thinking Jalen Johnson's going to basically miss every snap other than one game. And is it going to be perfect? No. You saw it yesterday. Insane interception. Great play. High points the ball. Man, I wish sometimes the Bears wide receivers would do that. And then later in the game, he gets beat by Jordan Addison on the touchdown. So it's not going to be perfect, but I think overall nobody's upset with Nashawn Wright for his season this year, and I would say the same thing about Noah Sewell.
Carmen, are you disappointed that you don't see more of Hippolyte?
No, I haven't had.
Well,
that.
wait, no, time out. I am.
I haven't had that thought.
I'm not saying I want him out there. I'm saying I'm disappointed that he's clearly. I mean, it doesn't look like it's been a good draft pick.
When it comes to football, and being a football player, people will talk about the numbers don't lie. The numbers don't lie. The numbers lie when it's just the measurables. Just true measurables doesn't measure the type of football player that you are.
Sure. No, I get that. If you're just looking at the tackles, you're not exactly. He's not
super fast.
It's not a fair indication. I
had a great job on the 225 bench.
40 times.
That
40 times. Yeah, those measurables.
Well, the measurables with Hippolyte, if I was looking at those before the draft, I would have looked at the fact this guy is tiny.
Yep.
And you're asking him to play linebacker in the NFL.
In the NFL.
That's not a great formula. Let's move off the linebackers for a second before we leave the defense. Would you move Montez Sweat around more to try to get more out of him?
Well, listen, I'm gonna be honest. Montez starting to look like an old man out there.
It did not look good yesterday.
He was moving a little bit like an old man.
Yeah.
I don't know if he needs to go get some that cord blood, put all into his body, but he's moving. He's just looking a little aged right now.
Hoge, any thoughts on the Sweat?
I
mean, he's been getting sacks, but
I don't know about moving him around. I just know that you got to win your one-on-ones a little bit more and there's another guy who has looked like an old man at times this season, has been dealing with a knee injury, Grady Jarrett, and he didn't seem to have any problem causing disruption and getting, he almost forced 2 interceptions yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
So, fine. I mean,
he's getting double teamed too. They had double teams on Austin Booker. Dom Rob got double teamed.
The thing about old men though is old men know how to beat you in the one-on-one. They know the techniques. It gets to the point where you're so savvy now that you don't need the same speed that these young guys have, or this over-aggression that some of these young guys have because you know how to beat him. You know what you're looking for. He sets wide. I know how to inset on him or to juke him inside to create what I need to create. I know how to long arm him. I know how to go speed to power. I know how to go power to speed.
They need more out of Sweat. We can just leave it there.
Special teams.
Special teams gets a D-.
Oh,
wow.
It's a D-. Listen, I know that we had a wonderful punt return that set up, points. But at the same time, all right, we missed a field goal. We had a big punt return returned against us. We ran into the punt returner.
yeah, that was bad.
We had a punt returner kick-catch interference. These are things that we cannot do. It's to me that it doesn't balance. It doesn't completely balance it all out. And there's definitely, if we're talking that, then we had one more negative than we had positive.
Head special teams coach, you want to push back at all? Or
No, I don't. I mean,
D-, that is rough.
I said 1 D-, 1 minus.
D- is rough.
Just one.
all right, here I actually did. So I got 8 key special teams plays in this game. 5 end up being good, 3 end up being bad. But as a coordinator, as a coach, I really don't want any bad. And maybe I can live with 1, but 3's too many. That's how I'd be looking at it. So here's what you got. You got Cairo, did a good job on the kickoffs, those dirty kicks, opening kickoff of the game.
Great on the kickoff. 4 for 5.
The Josh Blackwell kick-catch interference, it was terrible. Cannot happen. Got to have an awareness.
Great block on the kickoff return that set up the game winner, but go ahead.
He did have a key block on that. That's on here as well. 54-yard field goal for Cairo. Let's not forget that. That's a big kick. There was a really good kickoff coverage play where Hardy came in like a wild man. He technically missed it, but he did it. I always teach our first guy in, you can take your shot. Because if our rest of our guys, if we have contained and everything, you're going to do enough to slow him down, redirect him into the rest of our coverage. So even though Hardy technically missed that tackle, and he did come in a little too high, I would coach him up on that. I'd say you're a little too high. But other than that, he took his shot, and then Roschon Johnson was there to take him down the rest of the way. So I thought that was good.
The hell out of him. It was awesome.
Yeah. The punt return to Price that you gave up when they're in punt block was bad.
Yep.
Gunners got to get down there, force a fair catch. 45-yard field goal you missed, that was bad. And then you had the 2 plays at the end. Obviously, a huge Duvernay return. Josh Blackwell did have the key block on that. And then you hit the 48-yard game-winning field goal. So it's a mixed bag. If you want to be on the negative side of that, I'm not upset at you. I mean, you got to clean more stuff up on special teams.
Let me ask you this, Hoge. If you were to change this grade, what would you change the grade to? What do you think is a more fair grade?
C-.
C-.
I would still tilt negative. So C is average, right?
C is average.
So but I'm going to be a hard grader on special teams too because I don't like those 3 negative plays. Those were especially the punt. Right. The punt return really bothered me.
Running into him, right?
Well, both of them.
Oh, both of them. Okay.
That's just a dumb penalty. That's going to happen sometimes. But when they're selling out to block the punt and you give up a return into the red zone on that, I'm pissed about that.
Yeah.
Like that should be a fair catch.
You do agree, though, that if Devin Duvernay and the entire special teams unit setting up that play doesn't make that play, they don't win the game?
I do not agree with that because they have Iceman, Caleb Williams.
Okay. You do.
Who time and time again, I was confident they were going to get a field goal attempt there anyway without the return.
Okay, you do agree that was the biggest play of the game. How's that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not knocking him for that.
What if Cairo makes that field goal? That changes how you approach these next plays.
Yeah,
or the rest of that game.
But the dude was 4 for 5 and he hit the game winner from 48.
He was also 1 field goal away from everybody wanting him to be out of here.
No, there was only one guy.
There was not one guy.
Well, that's true. Well, there was one person that I was listening to who
fired him.
Who now
he also fired Duvernay in the first quarter when he didn't even have the return. It was Roschon Johnson.
Cairo has the most. For little guy Cairo, who everyone's complaining about his range, now has the most 50-plus yard field goals in the history of the Chicago Bears.
There you go.
And he hit one yesterday, too.
Look, I went on that rant this morning. Cairo is not having a perfect year, but anybody who's trying to run him out of town, it's too soon.
Correct.
He's been really good. His 50-plus yard field, even though his leg is limited, he's money from 50-plus over the course of his time with the Bears. And I think a couple of the misses were actually blocked, not necessarily on him unless you want to blame the trajectory. But
you beat the Packers last year.
Right. Walk-off against Packers, walk-off against the Vikings on the road. Your last two divisional wins are walk-off field goals.
Right. Boom. Let's just leave Cairo alone.
Okay. We're going to circle back to this, though, in a second after we finish the grades because there's a question about his name.
Okay.
Special teams, you get an A for me. A.
An A?
You won the damn game.
Coaching gets a C, and coaching really gets a C. The things that the knockback here for me were some decisions that Ben made. He made some decisions near the goal line. To throw the ball when, I think we all knew that running had been more effective. At the end of the game, choosing to throw the ball 3 times while the Vikings have 3 timeouts. And really just giving them a great opportunity, which they ended up getting points out of, I thought was not the best decisions, for the head coach. So those were some of the knocks that I had, But when you have a C+, a B-, in offense and defense, it sort of really averages it out outside of some of those decisions.
Yeah, I'm not going to quibble on that. I did not think Ben Johnson had his best game. I also don't think it was awful. Middle of the road. I do think Flores got the best of him more times than not. Yeah. I think about that screen they ran early to Burden where Dallas Turner widened out on the motion. That's a sign of a well-coached team.
Yeah, he recognized it, yeah.
That's reading your keys, your film study during the week. You see Burden come in motion. I'm going to widen out here, and that screen was doomed at that point because there's no way Darnell Wright's going to get out that far to make that block in time.
Correct.
All right, quick something here. But you're leaving out one of your hot takes of the day. I'm not going to – you have to give it, so we'll do that next. But first.
Fall always feels like a reset. Back to school, busier routine, shorter days, lots and lots of football. Man, finding time to cook can be rough. That's why I love Factor. Their chef-prepped, dietitian-approved meals make it easy to stay on track and enjoy something comforting and delicious no matter how hectic the season gets. Bears Mondays, Factor comes in clutch every single week. I'm busy. I'm trying to watch the film. I got Hogan Johns this morning. I almost died on Hogan Johns this morning.
I heard.
I came back to life, got my Factor in my belly.
There it is.
Down here, ready to go. Eat smart at factormeals.com. We're going to give you, look, here's the address, factormeals.com/CHGO50 off. Use code CHGO50 off. You're going to get 50% off your first box plus free breakfast for 1 year. That's code CHGO50 off at factormeals.com for 50% off your first box plus free breakfast for 1 year. Get delicious, ready-to-eat meals delivered with Factor. Offer only valid for new Factor customers with code and qualifying auto-renewing subscription purchase.
If I had a free breakfast today, I'd be in a much better place, but I didn't. All right. Shout out to our friends at Ray Chevy. Ray was fired up yesterday after a big Bears win, and don't forget the 1 day only Black Friday sale. It's actually going on all month long at Ray Chevrolet at Fox Lake. That's right. You can come in today. You shop the Black Friday sales event, drive home with 10 to 30% off MSRP on new Chevy models, plus no payments for 120 days. That's 4 months. How sweet is that? Check out the new selection of over 125 vehicles priced under $20,000. Don't miss out on their Black Friday sales event. It's going on all month long. 10 to 30% off MSRP on new Chevrolet models, plus no payments for 120 days. Shop Ray Chevrolet in Fox Lake or raychevrolet.com. They've been serving the community since
1963.
Together, let's drive. Or just drive like really calm.
No one drives like that.
I know. Well, sometimes when I'm like really excited and like the Bears are 7-3 and like I put on like the Go-Go's and I'm rocking a vacation out of nowhere, that's when you really get it going. You get into a vacation over there? Our lips are sealed.
I mean, you might drive a go-kart like that, but you don't drive cars like that.
Yeah, once in a while. Just gotta
the tracks. You're going on the Kennedy.
Get a little excited in the tracks. Tracks is getting fixed up, by the way, after got the tracks in trouble. It's all mine. The tracks has been perfect. I just had a little bit of a moment that shouldn't have happened. All right, Hoge has a hot take. Nobody ever says anything bad about Ben Johnson on the show because Ben Johnson is the greatest, and Ben Johnson is our leader, and Ben Johnson's going to lead the Bears to the Super Bowl, and Ben Johnson being a Bear is the best thing that's ever happened to the Bears, minus Lance Briggs and a couple other Bears. But, Hoge, you thought that Ben Johnson had a bad postgame yesterday. You did not appreciate them. You thought that his postgame, his game balls could have been better. You're on Johnson for a bad game ball experience. You thought our game balls were better.
Okay,
are you going to shy away from this?
Yes, I am, because this was a joke in our pre-show meeting. It's not a serious take.
It's a little serious.
No, because look, it's become a thing even nationally. These post-game
good, better, best
locker room videos the Bears put out.
Yep.
Everybody, and they know everybody's waiting for it because they even put it in the caption yesterday, like, what you've been waiting for, and here's the video. I just thought of all the ones they've put out, if we're going to start grading these, it was like
you've seen better.
It was like a D.
D.
It was like, we didn't play that great. I guess I got to give out some game balls. So the kicker made the kick, and the returner set it up. I thought yesterday, Briggs, they could have been a great opportunity to be like, you know what, O-line, you guys are blocking your ass off. This game ball goes to you. Get the big guys some love sometimes.
I just really love that this is what our issues are.
I know, isn't it great?
It's great.
But
we never get to talk about stuff
let me be clear. This is not an issue. He's making it.
No, but hold on. Let's lean into the brilliance of the Hoge. Let's lean into the brilliance of the Hoge. Okay. If he had gone game ball, offensive line, you guys were physical as hell all day long. O-line come in here, and then you had all the big uglies come in there, and Benedette was jumping around. That'd be an awesome scene.
They're like, the kicker gets it, okay. And I'm a special teams guy. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
And then Kevin
unsung heroes, man. Listen, they love it when they get recognized. They appreciate it, but it's they carry the burden. So listen, we just want to be appreciated. We want to be respected.
Yeah.
I'm saying,
and we will provide.
And Kevin Warren gets a game ball just because they're in Minnesota?
Well, that was weird. I don't know who asked him to do that. Somebody must have, because that definitely wasn't his fault.
The captain no one voted for.
There's no way.
Hey, fellas, and then we're going to give a game ball to Kevin Warren, too.
I mean, when we break down in Arlington Heights, Kevin Warren can have a game ball.
Yeah. That was just
come on, man.
This game ball, somebody told me this dude has been standing here in kind of front and center with a suit on who's
game ball goes to the ticket office. He'll put a game ball to the ticket office. They've been doing a hell of a job.
Who's patting Patrick Norton on the back for having a good game? Our final reporter who's now on the team.
Let's give a game ball to the security team too. Yeah. They've been kicking ass, keeping people off the field.
I mean, that would have been cool if they'd been like, look, Tony, listen, our guy Tony Medlin's who's been here forever.
That's who deserves a real game ball.
I actually thought he was going to do that. When I was watching the video, I thought it was going to be somebody
T-Med. Damn it. Give a game ball to T-Med.
Now, the guys would go crazy for that, too, right? First-class T-Med.
I agree. I just think over the years, T-Med's seen a lot of generations. He's seen a lot. He's worked through a lot of generations, and he's been one of the mainstays, and he's done a great job ever.
Do we know how long T-Med has been there? Anybody?
I think he was there in the late 80s.
I think so. I was sure
the late 80s.
Say, was he with the 85 Bears or not?
Who's more iconic at this point, T-Med or Yosh Kawano? People have never had that conversation.
No one's ever had that conversation.
That's a great combo. Medlin versus Kawano. Do you know who Yosh Kawano was?
No. No one knows what you're talking about.
I have no idea.
Yosh Kawano was the longtime clubhouse guy for the Cubs. Forever, he wore the floppy hat, and Harry Carey made him famous because they'd always say, like, "Where's Yosh?" The guy never said anything to anyone. Whereas T-Med's like the nicest guy of all time. I'm going Medlin over Kawano by 1,000,000 miles. This should be a thing.
Some of my equipment managers down at the University of Arizona had worked with T. Medlin years ago. So I had heard about T. Med before I even was drafted to the Bears.
That's cool. They should name the Bears locker room the Tony Med, the T Med locker room. Yeah. Don't you think?
I agree.
Well, T Med's come out to some of our Carmel games, and
Yeah.
He's
I've seen T-Med stand on a crate so that he can get everybody's attention to tell everybody that somebody their iPod was stolen, and he wanted it back, so he wanted to make sure everybody could see him, and so he found a crate and he stood on top and he said,
That's awesome.
Had to put the crate in there.
I wasn't gonna mention. No, I'm not gonna say.
Hey, all right. Listen, he's Muggsy Bogues of Equipment Guys.
There you go,
guys. Muggsy was amazing.
Muggsy Bogues. By the way, since you mentioned Arizona, in case you missed the 29 Fox promos during the game yesterday, Arizona plays UConn on Wednesday.
yes,
Fox really wants you to know that.
damn right. The number 5 Arizona Wildcats will be taking down UConn. Okay, this is a great year for us.
I'm fired up for it.
Me too.
Fox made
too.
sure
Coast
that
to coast.
every commercial break, Wednesday.
All right. Along those lines, I think we have to end the show today with a little bit of controversy.
Great.
How do you want to do that?
Hoge really hates
I just wanted the audience to know this is how my morning started. No, not my morning. When I walked into this building, this is how this started. This is what I deal with on a Monday with Mark Carman.
So I yesterday was unbelievable day. Bears win. Cairo Santos
Everyone's happy.
hits the game winner. And then here comes Tom Rinaldi. He's going to interview Santos and Caleb about this incredible win. And so I'm watching this. I'm celebrating it. I'm having a great time and the whole thing. And then I don't know if everybody heard it the way I heard it, but
Nobody did.
But this was the celebration. Listen closely because we just have the audio for you. This was Caleb shouting out his kicker.
It's one great win. Bears. Cairo Santos!
One more time, please. One more
It's
time.
one great win. Bears. Cairo Santos!
And I'm assuming that everybody can hear that. There is no S. Santo!
I think you're making a mountain out of a molehill there, buddy.
I haven't even started to make the mountain.
No, because
I haven't even asked the question, does he know his kicker's name? I haven't even asked it yet.
Also, he's walking away from the camera, though. It's possible he did add the S in, and we just can't hear it.
And he
'cause
got
he's too far
away
from
from
the
the microphone.
And
Not to- yeah,
you
go
people get excited. They mess up sometimes.
Right.
Like it messed up one letter.
I have 900 counter arguments here. Just let me know when I should start. Or do you have more to go?
No,
before?
I think we might have to start. I think we might change his name to Santo.
no
Ron Santo, Cairo Santo.
doing too much.
Okay, one time his head coach John Fox actually called him Carlos Santos.
So
that would
we
be
can't have that.
That would actually be a good example of that's a great job by Steven, who just put in our lower third.
What does it say?
It says Mark Karma complains.
Play it again.
Forgetting the N at the end.
Chloe, play it again.
It's one great win. Bears. Cairo Santos!
He's walking away.
He's walking away from the
He's
microphone.
walking away.
He doesn't know his name.
And even if
He doesn't know his name.
That's awful.
If anyone should understand this, Carm, it's you, who always doesn't talk into his mic.
Adam Ho-Ho! I'm going to start calling you Adam Ho-Ho. Adam Hogg. And now...
That's actually a great point. Les Grobsing called me Adam Hoge on the radio. Do you think he didn't know my name?
No, but
Was it
that fun? Wasn't that one of your opens where like people like somebody just had no idea what your name was, and now we go down to the field and it's Adam Hogge.
Well, Nick, your buddy Nick Wright pronounced my name
but Nick
wrong.
doesn't know your
But
name.
he didn't know. He still doesn't know my name.
doesn't know your name.
See, okay, fine. But
Is
he's
it
not my
Hoge?
teammate. I wouldn't expect him to.
I'm out here fighting for Santos.
All right. Yeah, Briggs is leaving. Oh, he's got the reality spray.
Doggone reality spray. Because this is ridiculous. What are we doing here,
I
guys?
called.
What are we doing?
I called Steven, our producer, Steve, once, and he did not like it. He did not appreciate it.
Yeah.
But did I know his name when I said that,
I don't know. Did you?
or did I just slip up and forget the?
Everybody wants to shorten Steven.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to shorten
Yeah,
it.
no. Listen. If we're being serious, he did a great job giving love to his teammate, and it was sweet, and it was amazing, and all of that. I'm just wondering if he knows his name. I'm just, minor detail.
The worst part about this, Carm, is did you see the beginning of the interview?
Yeah.
Where Tom Rinaldi acknowledged that Caleb wouldn't do the interview
without Cairo Santo.
Cairo Santos there.
Santo. He wouldn't do it without Cairo Santo.
So you really think he doesn't know his name when he wouldn't do the interview without his Caleb?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
It's time to close.
I mean, listen, I'll tell you what he does.
If you
know.
want to spray him in the face, please do.
He knows that he hit the game-winning field goal.
It's got some reach to it. He might get some reality on the electrical system here in a second.
We can't have that. These things aren't built to last around here. Hey, all right. They're 7-3.
Yes.
On to Pittsburgh. Get healthy, Aaron. Come on in here and get your ass kicked this week. That's what we want.
We do need to do one shout out here. This was actually really cool.
Oh,
Larry's Bar. I hope I'm saying that right. I've actually been here, so I hope I'm saying this right. Larry's Bar. It's in St. Paul, Minnesota. A bunch of Bears fans. This is actually a Bears bar, guys.
Wow, that's awesome.
This bar goes back to a former Bears player. Started this like a long time ago. My sister, who lives in St. Paul, was actually there once, and I asked her to send me the photo because she didn't know who it was, but somebody was there with an 85 ring and let her try it on and took a photo and everything. But she couldn't find the photo in her phone. It was from a while ago.
That's too bad.
Anyway, great Chicago bar in St. Paul. If we can put the picture back up there, they had the CHGO flag. That picture was from yesterday. They were representing CHGO. They had the Bears fans there. Our reach, we appreciate it.
That's awesome.
I mean,
Thank you.
worldwide at this point, but it is cool to see in a road game taking over a St. Paul bar.
Love it.
Bears, CHGO, the whole deal. Shout out to everybody there.
Oh yeah.
And it's right in the heart of St. Paul. If you're ever down there, I've been to that place. It's great. It's a cool place.
You can get a Juicy Lucy there?
No. That's Juicy Lucy.
No, that's too bad. What about the Matt? What's the spot? Matt's El Rancho? No, that's in Austin, Texas. Not the spot.
That is nowhere near Minnesota. But other than
a little bit south of Minnesota. Hold on, I'm giving you the spot.
You could probably get there.
Matt's.
I-35 will probably take you all the way there.
Matt's 35th and Cedar.
It'll be a long drive.
35th and Cedar, Juicy Lucy. Hey, all right, Super Chats. Dark City, $2. Your luck is going to run out next week. Okay, Dark City.
I'm going to institute a new rule that if you're going to do something like that, your Super Chat needs to be at least $20 to get on the screen.
$5 from the Giggities. Bring it on, Dark City. I'm not afraid of you. How about this? How much do you have to pay for this one? I miss Eberflus. I could give up on this team by halftime. The team is going to give me a heart attack under Ben. The Giggities, you're built for this. You've been training for this moment. You love to ride the roller coaster. Don't be soft, Giggities.
Get a hold of your emotions.
Yeah.
Giggities.
Giggities, calm me.
And Greg. Actually, I don't want Greg to get a hold of his emotions.
I do.
It entertains me.
I do. Spontaneous compulsion, 10
pound sterling.
Right. Have you noticed that Caleb is throwing fastballs when he scrambles since he had the accuracy issue, and do you think it's contributing to the drops, like the one that hit DJ in the chest yesterday? I had that thought once, but I haven't had that thought a lot.
I actually thought that was a bigger issue for J.J. McCarthy yesterday.
Which was called out by Brady.
Not putting touch on some of those shorter throws.
And sometimes the windows are that tight that he's got to throw it that hard.
Dude, you're in the NFL.
Catch the ball. What are we doing?
Catch the ball.
What are we doing here? All these guys have jugs machines, and they're pumping the jugs machines up as fast as you possibly can to catch the ball. I just don't see the excuse. If you can touch the ball, you can catch it.
Right, but if the dude's this is not anything to do with okay. If the dude is 5 yards in front of you and there's nobody there, are you going to laser it at him, or are you just going to give him a nice little ball?
But that's not what he's talking about.
I know.
If you decide to throw the ball at laser speed, I'm going to catch it.
Do you remember the catch that?
And more than likely, see, sometimes people don't understand. Sometimes a ball is placed where a quarterback knows he needs to put it so that you can, when you catch the ball, you have an opportunity to do something with it. So if he's throwing me the ball at laser speed, I want to get it as fast as I possibly can into my hand so that now I can make this move.
Now you got time. I get
Sometimes it's behind because the receiver or the DB is in front. Sometimes it's in front because DB is behind.
You know what a good example of that was? The play right after the fumbled snap that went backwards. It's 2nd and 25. He hits Rome.
Yeah.
Harrison Smith is on in the direction that Rome was traveling. So Caleb purposely put it to his other shoulder so that he turns, catches it this way away from the safety, and he's able to turn and pick up a couple more yards. That was, and I believe Brady called it an A-plus throw. Mm-hmm. So it might look to the naked eye like, oh, he threw that ball behind him. No, he's throwing it away from the safety that's closing in. Yeah. So A, he catches it, and B, he doesn't get killed by the safety coming in.
Brady also called out JJ for the stuff saying the thing that we're talking about. There's some nuance to this. Just drop it just a little.
But even when you're not right, like your receiver needs to make you right. That Colson Loveland catch last week when the ball was behind him, it was probably the clutchest catch of the season to this point, honestly. Ball's behind him, and it's a laser beam. I mean, he fired that thing. He caught it, no problem. So if my rookie tight end can make that catch, my number one wide receiver can make
definitely do it.
That hits him in the chest.
You can't make excuses for these guys.
100, and Colson, that was a great catch, and that was also a 20-yard pass, 25-yard pass, whatever it was. Fire away. Christian England, $10. Thank you, Christian. Are there concerns to be had for the offense struggle, specifically with wide receiver back-to-back weeks and drops? We're just talking about this. Is this a short-term issue or something that will bite us with better competition? Personally, I think that DJ Moore is going to catch the ball when you throw it to him. I do. Yep. Rome has been a little up and down this year, which I don't have as much confidence in Rome as I do in DJ as far as just pure catching the football, I suppose. But I still personally think that Rome's going to catch it. I'm surprised when he doesn't.
Briggs, I actually think this is a crucial question for the rest of the season because I think it would be easy to kind of take the cheap route answer to this would be like, you know what? We've really only seen this offense humming in 2 games all year. Cowboys-Bengals would be the 2 games I would point to.
Yep.
And so you could say that is their identity. They're never going to click on all cylinders. You're just going to have to kind of live with those growing pains. I think the more nuanced response, though, that gives me a little bit more hope is it hasn't been the same thing. Like on defense, we agreed earlier in the show, they're just never going to have a dominant pass rush.
Right.
Offensively, pre-snap penalties were an issue. They've fixed those.
They're getting better.
They had a horrible run game the first 4 weeks of the season. Now they're
consistent.
Like top 5.
Yep.
Drops have come up here as an issue in the last few weeks. That wasn't really an issue earlier in the season.
Great.
So I don't know that I see one specific thing that's holding them back. So that gives me a little bit of hope that maybe they can all get on the same page in December when it matters.
For DJ, it's a bad day just because we've seen him so much. We have so much material on him. If there were to be a concern, it would be more for the young guys. You know what I mean? Just because we don't have enough material on them over 3 years or so of them consistently catching the ball or not. They're more into Luther Burden and Rome. But I just don't see that. I just don't see it as being something that's going to continue to happen. It's not going to be a problem. Antoine Randall will get them right.
One thing I love too, accountability. Do you guys know how many snaps Olamide Zaccheaus played yesterday?
0, 3, 4?
10. 13% of the offensive snaps. This is a guy who's been, above 50 the entire season.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually been a huge disappointment because the guy was phenomenal in training camp. It just has not performed.
Well,
he was nice early on. He was definitely nice early on.
He was. He was decent early on, and then it just sort of went away.
But when you draft a guy like Luther Burden in the second round, you're hoping by November you're leaning on that guy a little bit more. So whether it's Luther Burden taking advantage of the opportunity or another guy, having some drop issues that cost him playing time, as long as now you don't like to see Burden having the drop. My point is, guy had a horrible game last week. There's accountability.
Yep.
I don't think we've seen the last of Olamide Zaccheaus. My guess is he'll probably have some big catch here down the stretch. And we'll be, talking to him about what happened last week and how it made him better and all that stuff. And that's how it should work in the NFL.
Well, and the positive side is that Luther Burden has come a long way in a short period of time. He did not hit the ground running in training camp, contract holdout, not knowing the plays, all of that. And now he's made a bunch of big plays, and he looks the part. So I'm excited about where Burden can get to even in year one. Because I believe somebody on the show, me, said this would be a redshirt year for him, and he's been way better than that.
Let's give Crystal the last word. Thank you, Crystal, for your nice shout-out of James, too, on Saturday. I saw that on Instagram. Celebrating 2 months of a YouTube membership. Didn't see this coming, but Victory Monday is great. 7-3 Bears. Love you guys. Bear down.
The Queen.
Become a YouTube member. That's another membership opportunity, just to sort of enhance your live viewing experience. Mm-hmm. And also, there's secret blooper reels out there that I haven't even seen.
I haven't watched that in one either. I don't know how to get it.
If you're a CHGO YouTube member, you can see that. I haven't even seen it.
Yeah, well,
Steven holds this stuff back from us.
You can go and become a member on your own, or you can wait for the Craigulator to get you a membership, one of the two. The Craigulator's
where is the Craigulator?
We missed the Craigulator today, but we shot him out anyway because he's such an amazing Craigulator. It was not time for the Craigulator, but it is always time for the Craigulator.
Guys, the Bears are 7-3. I don't care how ugly it is. Enjoy the ride. This doesn't happen.
There you go.
They're in first place on November 17th right now. If you want to sit here on a Monday and nitpick everything, okay. I would say celebrate it. Aaron Rodgers comes to town on Sunday. He'll either be bundled up and cold, not playing, and looking sad, or maybe you can beat him, and that'd be nice too.
Yeah, I just see positivity everywhere. Everyone's living the dream right now.
What was that?
They're just. I mean, look at the flow. I mean, look at all these. Look at Bochan. You think Bochan's ever been this happy? Look at Common Sense. Common Sense is out here talking about the size of Loveland's hands. I won't even go into detail on that. I mean, everyone's having a great time today.
Okay.
Yep.
I think that's time for us to go.
It. That's time.
That is time.
That's it. Yep.
Hey, Lance is back on Thursday with Brick by Brick.
Yes.
Hoge is back tomorrow with me and the other guy. And
guys, I enjoy these Mondays with you.
It's good Monday. Good Monday. Great Monday.
Good.
And I had fun today. Santo.
We all silly like the mayor.